Now the job has become so easy to play that now expecting you to know all the jobs in your role is mandatory. You can't just play a dancer and don't know how to play machinist and bard. You can't just play one tank and then somehow don't know how to play the other tank. You can't just know how to play one healer, either barrier or pure healer, and then don't know how to play the other one. The game is very simple now. But if you're a brand new player, that sounds like a lot of work. Think about it. I'm a brand new player. I have to play one of the 19 jobs. And I cannot just settle for the one job in that role. You know, people always ask me, hey Arthars, I'm a brand new player. What job should I pick up? I'm like, it's not the job that you pick up, it's the role. If you want to play a healer, you need to learn how to play all healer. If you want to play a tank, you need to learn how to play all tank. If you are playing a physical range, you need to play all physical range. I know you can get by playing one. Obviously, I'm going to recommend you dancer. Healer, I'm going to recommend you to play white mage. Caster, I'm going to recommend you to play summoner. But at the end of the day, you need to learn all of them. And then, now, if you throw a new player into a Savage deal, Savage today, man, for people like us, veteran like us that play 10 years, I think Savage is progressively, we can get in immediately and don't have much trouble. Brand new player is not going to be able to do Savage today. Savage is very difficult for a brand new player. This game, right, is actually not new player friendly anymore. It used to be new player friendly because back then it was harder, but then you only need to learn one. And then raid back then was still not evolved until today. Mechanics is still not evolved until today. You don't need to understand snapshot. You don't need to understand telegraph, cast bar, patterns. You know, back then it's very straightforward. This mechanic happened, this time you execute. Now you have to know already. New players don't have that knowledge. Job could be easier to play, but mechanics are harder to do. Back then, mechanics is not hard to do, but job is harder to play. But then you only need to play one. You need to be master at one, you know what I mean? The content in this game is either brain dead or giga brain. There's no content in Final Fantasy XIV, right, that lies in between. It's either you are a casual and you cannot do anything, or you are a hardcore player and you can do everything. There's no in between. This game does not cater the mid-core players. This game only cater to the hardcore, and this game only cater to the casual. Where is the in between? The next 10 years of Final Fantasy XIV, are they gonna try to fill that gap? Because I think they need to. Because you got so much casual in the game, not a lot of them are proceeding to become mid-core. This is how MMORPG should look like. MMORPG should always have about, I would say, maybe 5% of end gamer and then say 50% of casual. This is how MMORPG should be, right? This is your mid-core, this is your casual, and hardcore. This would be about 50%, 35%, 15%. MMORPG should be like that. Overall, this part would be more of the general player, right? This is what an MMORPG should look like. This is what Final Fantasy XIV looks like. This is really bad. If your game is 10 years, if you continue to raise this or continue to break this even, how are these players gonna fill this gap? And then how are these players gonna fill this gap? This is the part that is missing. They have been selling the game like this for the last 10 years. Final Fantasy XIV, right, started like this. In the Realm Reborn, Final Fantasy XIV started like this. Very, very nice spread of casual, mid-core, hardcore. But eventually now, 10 years later, Final Fantasy XIV become like this. So what is gonna happen? Are they gonna try to shoot this further up? Because if they try to make this further up, that means that this part is gonna be gone. And then this part is gonna be gone. Then where is your game gonna go? Now, this that definitely make the most money. These are the people that buy Fantasia $500 a month. These motherfuckers don't raid. These motherfuckers just stay in Limsa, stay in their home, ERP, never left their door, never touch grass, and they buy $500 worth of Fantasia every month. If Final Fantasy XIV is gonna become like this from 7.0, then this game is dead already. When I say dead, I don't just mean like, you know, nobody plays the game. People still play the game, but this game is like a retirement home. This game are just a bunch of people without real souls. Final Fantasy XIV player base are not like super passionate players, you know. They are just there because the game is still around. It's literally like a retirement home. It's like a maintenance mode. All of us are just a cogwheel in the system. Today, we want to run this engine. Plug me in and put it there. The engine start going. We are all just taking turns to go into the engine to fill that role in the cogwheel. If the game goes into the graph that I drew in 7.0, a lot of people is not gonna really look too much into this game. You will get good reviews. You will get a lot of phrases being sung. Oh man, I came to Final Fantasy XIV. The story is amazing. This is the common one, the most common one, right? The story is immersive. Amazing storytelling. I wept a tear. Vernat, mommy. Emma Cell is my husband though. You know what I mean? Nobody is gonna really talk about the gameplay. How much thing you can really do in this game. Oh, story alone is enough. All the reviews moving forward in the future is 7.0. Yoshi P is gonna try to just build on the casual base. 7.0 onwards, people will just talk how good this game is on the surface level. And then when people finally play the game, when you get past that storytelling, and then you sit down here and say, oh, what's next? There isn't a lot. There isn't a lot left. Why do you think so many people stop playing the game? Where is everybody? What happened since Shadowbringer? Just download your brain into EOS. I'll download your mom into EOS, and then maybe I'll have content to do, like, you know, ERPing with your mom. That's content. But my friends, everything is gonna change in 7.0. Yoshi P is the best producer in the gaming history. Yoshi P will not let his brainchild Final Fantasy XIV goes down the drain. Yoshi P surely knows that this game is at the state that he needs to do something about it. But he didn't have time because he was devoting his all energy and purpose into Final Fantasy XVI. Final Fantasy XVI now is well received, good game, and it's over. Now Yoshi P is back to his headquarters, back into his Final Fantasy XIV office, and now he's looking over everybody and say, I'm back, baby. 7.0 is gonna be amazing. FanFest in 2 weeks, we're gonna witness all the good shit that's coming in 7.0, and then in 1 year today, we'll be playing an amazing Final Fantasy XIV. Surely!
I have to be...
Yo, Zeno question. Why during your 4th of July stream, right, your chat says you got chicken legs? What does that mean?